Lion dies on field. On October 24, 1971, the Detroit Lions faced the Chicago Bears in front of 54,418 fans. Chuck Hughes was a wide receiver for the Lions, a 28-year-old player who had spent most of the game on the sideline. Late in the fourth quarter, he was sent onto the field as an injury replacement for Larry Walton. Hughes made a 32-yard catch from quarterback Greg Landry for a first down at the Bears' 37-yard line. It was his first catch of the season. 3 plays later, Landry threw a pass intended for tight end Charlie Sanders near the end zone, but the ball slipped through Sanders' fingers. Hughes had run his route as a decoy on this play. He began jogging back toward the huddle. Suddenly, he grabbed his chest. He dropped face first onto the turf at the 25-yard line. His body hit the ground hard. He did not try to break his fall. At first, some observers thought he might be faking an injury to stop the clock. It was a common tactic in football. Then Dick Butkus, a linebacker for the opposing Bears, saw Hughes begin to convulse. Butkus immediately waved his arms frantically, signaling for the medical staff. The urgency in his gestures made everyone realize this was not a trick. Team doctors sprinted onto the field. Lions team physicians Richard Thompson and Edwin Guise, trainer Kent Falb, assistant trainer Gary Tuthill, along with physicians from both teams and a doctor attending the game rushed to Hughes. They began performing CPR right there on the grass as the crowd progressively became eerily silent. Hughes's chest was compressed repeatedly. Medical personnel worked over him for several minutes trying to restart his heart. Hughes had suffered from advanced arteriosclerosis. His coronary arteries were 75% blocked. A blood clot had dislodged and became trapped in the large artery leading to his heart, cutting off blood flow. The damage was already done. Hughes was placed on a stretcher and wheeled off the field while resuscitation efforts continued. The game resumed and was completed shortly after. His teammates were informed of his death before leaving the stadium. Fans left the stadium unsure of what had happened. At 4:41 p.m., Chuck Hughes was pronounced dead at the hospital. He remains the only player in National Football League history to die during a game. The silent crowd, the frantic CPR, and the confusion on the field became a moment no one present would ever forget. Concrete block skull crash. Fabio Casartelli died on July 18, 1995, in the Pyrenees Mountains of France. He was a 24-year-old professional cyclist competing in the Tour de France, one of the most demanding races in the world. Casartelli had won an Olympic gold medal in Barcelona in 1992 and was considered one of Italy's most promising riders. On that afternoon, he was descending the Col de Porte d'Aspet during the 15th stage of the race. The descent was steep and technical, with sharp switchback turns that required perfect control at high speed. Casartelli was traveling at nearly 55 miles per hour when he approached a particularly dangerous curve. Several riders crashed on this technically challenging descent. In a split second, Casartelli lost control. He fell and was thrown off the road. Along the roadside were concrete blocks. Casartelli's head struck the concrete blocks with tremendous force. He was not wearing a helmet. At the time, helmets were not mandatory in professional cycling, and many riders chose not to wear them because of weight and heat concerns. The impact was immediate and devastating. His skull fractured on contact with the concrete. Casartelli suffered severe head injuries and lost consciousness. Medical staff arrived within 10